Let me take you time out and say a special good morning to one and all. It's to the point for today, Friday, the 12th day of April, the 2024. Good morning to you. I'm your host, GT. I'll be with you this morning here on To The Point. And it's going to be an open-line edition of To The Point. And certainly welcome your phone calls for you loyal listeners and viewers, whether you're listening to Classic Radio or you're viewing via GBN TV, you are listening and viewing via our Facebook page, YouTube channels. Hope you're having a lovely Friday morning. I'm having a lovely Friday morning, and certainly I intend to keep that good feeling for the entire day. Once nothing comes around that will alter that particular feeling. The opportunity for you to express your views, your opinions, your concerns, and maybe you could probably offer some solutions this morning. There probably something that's taken place in your community, and you're saying, hey, I think I have a solution that could probably cease that particular problem that exists. For some reason, or just get rid of it by the particular solution that you may offer. Maybe someone in authority may listen to you this morning. You probably were part of a particular grouping here on island for some reason or the other, and you may be being employed before in a certain, establishment, and you're saying, hey, I probably offered those solutions already, but it was not taken up, by whoever should have taken it up, and you're home and you say, boy, this is happening again. And this is a solution I have. Maybe you offer it in a public forum. Maybe for some reason or the other, it may be heard now, and probably something could be done to cease whatever problem that do exist. Let's take our very first caller for the morning. Don't forget, use your options this morning, folks. You can call in via the WhatsApp. 415, yes, let me get that right, 435-2041. So let's give it a different number, 435-2041. That's a number this morning that you can use. You can use it via the WhatsApp, and you also can call in direct. You can also send your messages via the Facebook page, and you can also send a message via the WhatsApp, and I will certainly throw them out for you this morning. Let's grab our first caller this morning. Caller, good morning, you're welcome.
Hello, morning, GT. I thought I was introduced already. Good morning to you and your listeners. I was saying that it's good to know that you're on top of the world in terms of your moves.
Yeah,
so
that's a good.
For everybody.
I'm not sure what's causing it, but I'm not sure what's the cause this morning. But I'm in that good of a mood this morning for some reason or the other.
Hello.
I was saying I'm not sure what's the reason or reasons why I'm in such a mood, but it's a good mood.
Well,
good feeling.
I mean, it's good. Yes, it's good. It's always good when we're in good moods. It always helps everybody.
All right.
Anyway, I want to do two basic things before I forget. Mm-hmm. One is a call I made to and ask the minister, Calco minister, a question. I don't think he answered the question properly. Thoroughly. Or in fact, to me, the question I had to call in the end and say the question was not answered.
Mm-hmm. But I think he did try to answer it after.
It's not a negative. I think this is very urgent because the next day, in the same program, a caller who heard it took it up and he extended it, and I thought that was good because there are people who could recognize. And we were talking about our indigenous fauna and flora, particularly our food crops, our food, corn, coconut, and that kind of thing. And I think that we need a wider conversation because very often, because how school was, most people go around pretending they know, and they don't know. Or even when they see, they pretend, they deny, they're in denial. Now, there was another caller who got an innocent program again. I don't always agree. I have much to sort of compliment him. But on this occasion, I want to really compliment him, a former worker of Nawasa. He said the right thing, even though another caller had contended his contribution. But what he said in terms of the strides Nawasa did over the years. In fact, I was part of it between 2008 and 2013 in terms of helping to sort of stabilize Nawasa and put it on a footing. But you really hear any problem with Nawasa in terms of industrial and so on. And indeed, Nawasa is struggling. I don't know the current situation, but for instance, Nawasa, and in fact, the individual said something which is true. Nawasa might be considered, certainly when I was around, one of the best run statutory bodies. So I think what we need to do, and you talk about the water water indeed is much cheaper in terms of it's sold much cheaper than it should be to the customer. And I'm not advocating that it goes up because, I mean, we know. But certainly people don't know, and I probably agree with him, that maybe NASA need to do much more information, come to help people understand, I mean, how they operate and how they get the funding and that kind of thing. And indeed, a caller contended about the sewer system. Now, I seem to be beginning to charge folks that they're putting on new system points, and people in Lacalome now pay sewage fees. So anyway, but my contribution this morning, and I'll be quick, is that time has come when we become strategic in our relationship with each other. We need to elevate the level of conversation we have, the quality of information we share with each other. I am convinced that the world is leaving us behind. We major and minor things, and the major things we minor on it. We need to get our people to be reading and finding out, asking appropriate questions. You know, a caller mentioned the other day in relation to agro industry and that kind of thing. Since 1981, I asked the manager then of Caribbean agro industry when they were making a big announcement of adding new products. The question then, I was a journalist, are you using any local input? Of course, I was during the revolution. And the answer was no. So if you're not ready to utilize our resources here, what other new products you want to impose on us? And this is what they've been doing. We need to find a way that we could utilize the resources we have to help to ensure food security and all of that, and not depend entirely on outside. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for opening bat, as some folks would say this morning here on the program. It's an open line edition of To The Point. Feel free to give me that call, 435-2041. The opportunity to express your views, your concerns. You probably have an opinion you would like to share this morning. Feel free. And you, as I mentioned also, you got solutions. That you have something there's a solution that you would like to, of course, offer. Feel free to do so. Let's gravitate to another caller. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning. Caller, you may have to have your phone or whatever device in the background taken care of and call me back. Let's take a caller via WhatsApp. Caller, good morning. Via WhatsApp.
Yes, sir.
Good morning to you. How are you?
I'm good. Yesterday, I tried to call in, but I was dealing with a senior citizens in the road.
Mm-hmm.
The topic yesterday was about children. Could I speak about that? I know the topic.
Go right ahead, please. It's an open line this morning, so you could,
yes,
whatever your contribution is, we will accept it. Go right ahead, please.
Yes, I listen and you say it takes a community to grow a child. And I always know that. Anywhere I go and I see other people's children, excuse me, I do correct them. But it has some parent. I say to myself, if you love your child, and somebody pass and you see your child doing something out of the way, you should glad that somebody could correct your child. Even on the bridge, I coming up and sometimes they hanging over the bridge, and I said, I will refer to them, don't climb on the bridge, you're going to fall. And some people will say, lead them, people just curse people for their children. I can't do that because I have 9 children for myself. If I see the child in danger, I will not let the child fall over the bridge. So I know it takes a community to grow a child, and if parents love the children, they will correct them. You can't say you love the children and don't correct them.
Okay.
And what I do recognize, most parents, they have to spend more time with their children, because sometimes the reason why the children reacting like that is based on sometimes what they see at home. We're not here to cry down the youths, but at the same time, we have to school them and mold them and comfort them and let them know what life is all about. Because you say, oh, so the mother just got on me. I mean, to say, yes, everybody is not fortunate, everybody is not capable, because I used to hear maybe this is grandmother say, not all women that we dress is woman, not all man that we pants is man. I used to hear she say that, but if we see we could lend a helping hand, we lend a helping hand, but more today days, my brother, not everybody that accept correction for the children. Because I get cussing for that already most time, but still what God put within me, I cannot. I have to put out what God put within me, which is the love of God. So I have to love people as I love God. So always they are there, correcting them, schooling them, encourage them to stay at school, because some of them, they don't get the love at home. I know what a parent is because I had 9 and I grew 9 of them for myself. And a parent running every day. Some of them don't make time to pray with their children. Sometimes they're losing the belt, they don't have on socks and all those things. I say, Lord, if I had a big house, I'd just take some children and just help them. But what I do recognize in my community, there is a distraction, helping people. Because these are people that want to see you remain in poverty all the days of your life, and somebody willing to help somebody, they don't like that for one another. But I pray God that God to make this nation a better place than what it is.
All right. Thank you, caller. Thank you so much, and very great contribution there from you. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Yes, sir. How are you today, my brother?
I'm doing A-OK, sir. A-OK.
Great. I want to make a contribution this morning, briefly first about Nawasa. Somebody called yesterday, well, I got an opportunity to respond, and this morning, it appears by the voice, that the same person called asking question like, when last Nawasa built a dam. Well, I'm not employed with Nawasa. I used to be employed. And the knowledge I would have gathered from the engineers, etc., you do not just go into a river and build a dam. A lot of scientific analyses have to be conducted with the river flow, the rainfall, etc., etc. That's part A. But the fundamental point I want to make this morning is a question about the Palestinian issue and the hypocrisy about the Christian community. I do from my research in the 60s, during the civil rights struggle in the United States of America, which was so ably led by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. the late, the churches were silent. During the apartheid era in South Africa, the same Christian community was silent. What is taking place in the Gaza has nothing to do with what Hamas did on October 7th. They are talking about hostages. Israel have been taking 12-year-old boys, 14-year-olds, teenagers, and imprisoned them without a trial. Isn't that hostage taking? The slaughtering and the genocidal activities by the Israeli military must be condemned and opposed. Nowhere in the Holy Scripture has Almighty God given Israel the authority to slaughter. When Jesus came, Jesus said, there is no Jew, nor Greek, nor Gentile, male, nor female, etc. All those who accept me, we are one. So nowhere does the scripture teach that the Palestinians, as a matter of fact, the history shows that the Palestinians and the Israelis are brothers. Okay, Ishmael and Isaac, God bless Isaac, and he also blessed Ishmael. I think the time has come, and I'm not here advocating for confrontation, but when something is wrong, those who claim to be followers of Jesus and are led by God's Spirit should be able to stand up and speak out against the atrocities. Condemn the hypocrisies by the Western powers. In the Bosnia conflict, or during the former Yugoslavia, when Milosevic was reigning, they sent their troops. NATO bombed the former Yugoslavia and got rid of Milosevic. They called it ethnic cleansing. It's a genocidal act. Israel is doing the same thing today, and the rest of the world, including those who profess to be Christians, are saying it's God's people. So God make the Jews and the devil make all of us. I have to oppose that and encourage change, encourage the Christian community to stop remaining silent on these issues, condemn wrong, and by so doing, they'll influence people to accept Jesus. Have a great day, my brother.
Thank you, sir, and thank you very much for your contribution. Appreciated a whole lot. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, the last caller is absolutely correct. So let me proceed. Israel and America, both countries are tricking the world. They're trying to fool the world. Now, the Israeli soldiers killed 15,000 people. The Israelis decide now they're going to set up a truce, not a ceasefire, a truce for 7 days to see if they can get back the hostages. They got back some of the hostages. When they realized they wasn't going to get all the hostages, They start back the war after 7 days. They kill another 15,000 Palestinians. Now, that's 30,000 Palestinians. Now they've gone on now, they're about 3,000. They're going on now to kill another 15,000 to make it 45,000. That's already going on. And if that is not genocide, I don't know what is genocide. The world have to wake up. What's going on there is evil. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you also for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. You have the options, folks, of calling via the WhatsApp and calling directly. 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Mr. Telesford, greetings. How are you?
Doing good, sir. Doing good.
Well, Mr. Telesford, I want to commend the last two callers. I'm happy that our people, well, some of us are raising our heads and voices to condemn the evil. But I want, let me round it up this way. Zionism is evil. Zionism equals evil. Israel is evil. And all those who support Israel, particularly the United States. Note what I said, the United States, not the United States of America, no America because they're not America. The name of their country, United States, are equally culpable for the evil perpetrated against the Palestinian people. The brother drew reference to the history. It is there, it is written. But some of us blind. But you know something? Just to make a joke before we go on to the main thing, Mr. Telesford. If today or tomorrow the aboriginal people, the indigenous people of North America, you can imagine if they get up and say, we won back our country because since God was here, we were here, and ask the European invaders to get off. No, well, they'll done away with them because we had them on. You can imagine that. No, but Papa God, significant to note too, the major part of the population of the United States, especially in the South and the quote-unquote fundamentalist evangelical churches who believe in Jesus Christ and predicate the coming of Jesus Christ, they hope soon, support Zionism. But pay attention. In Israel, the Zionists are predominantly atheists. Predominantly atheists. And to say Jesus Christ the Messiah in Israel is a curse. How many of us know that? But we ask ourselves, how is it then these people can see eye to eye on matters in which they totally oppose each other? Because there is where the truth is exposed. The aim is not a Muslim versus Jewish thing. No, it has nothing to do with that. What it has to do with power. Wealth and power. And if we don't stop them now, then we put it in grenade and crapo smoke we pipe. Mr. Telesford, to end up, I want to draw reference to two important factors. Briefly, this morning, I called in and made a statement because a previous caller had raised the issue about the funds that the Catholic Church collects. And I, in my usual thing, I told him, don't worry. The Catholic Church has its bank. It's called the Vatican Bank. There's another name for it. And another individual who seemed to be Catholic defends it and said, I am telling untruth. I was challenged for telling untruth. I would like to put it this way, because I like my bibliographical references. I urge any Grenadian right now in your fancy cell phone, or you call it in your hand, your iPhone and ringy-dingy, and your computer, type in there the following question. Where does the Catholic Church keep its assets? Simple. Where does the Catholic Church keep its assets? And he will tell you. He will even tell you, he will go on to tell you 1,000,001 things, because 1,000,001 tabs and links. How many assets they have, how much, as it relates, and investments and all other businesses around the world. Interesting figures. I don't have to do it now because these are things on my mind for years. It is known. So those good. Finally, Mr. Telesford, I'd like to call upon the government of Grenada to begin paying attention to the plight and status of the population with disabilities in this here country. I've had a wire that the population of people with disabilities in this country has increased over 2011. Now, the budget they are part in the census hasn't come out yet, but all is showing that there has been an increase. It means it shall be more than 26,000 cases, which was of 2011. It is time to begin a discussion on the plight and status of the population with disabilities in this country, because that group of people is holding the shitty end of the stick. They're being abused. They're being discredited. They're being deprived of all the rights, political rights, folkloric rights, political rights, all rights. And it's there, brothers and sisters, in the United Nations Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities, of stroke, persons with disabilities as in the law. The government of Grenada has blatantly refused to attend to this matter and to begin to do a discussion on this issue so that all the people with disabilities in this country can be categorized, identified, and a system put in place backed up by a law. 50 articles of United Nations are being violated. The people of this country with disabilities are being at all levels. And when they come in and they want to invite people to pity party and who come in for advocacy and all kind of ringy-dingy. And the hypocrisy now. Desist from abusing the people with disabilities in this country. We have a right to accessibility. We have a right to lifelong learning and more and more and more. Just about time. And this colonial government there, whether by a young man who was born after 1979, continue to kowtow to the British Empire to continue to abuse our people. I challenge them. I challenge them. Have a nice day, William, Mr. Telesford, for what it's worth, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a good morning. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. Go ahead with your contribution, please.
Yeah, morning, man. Morning.
Good morning to you. Yes, go right ahead, please.
I listen to the Palestinian-Israel conflict all the time. And it look like a hot topic in Grenada, but maybe how we were politically educated from the revolution to now, we tend to focus on international issues beyond the Caribbean. I find we focus a lot on Palestine. Yeah, what is going on there is wrong in truth. There's a kind of genocide there. But right next door in Haiti, I kind of disappointing in our Grenadian and Caribbean people because France is exploiting Haiti. Haiti beat France in war and free themselves. And France does demand money from Haiti. I don't hear nobody talking about that. We talk about Palestine, yes. I don't hear nobody talk about Papua Guinea, where Indonesia is occupying a part. So the one is the Zionist versus the Palestinian is wrong, but we mustn't be selective in terms of political. We got to look at the international struggle. Haiti is right next door, and if you go to Haiti, it's only in Port-au-Prince, you will see the problem. And when you leave the big Port-au-Prince and you go in the villages, everything is quiet. So the problem in Haiti is no different from in Palestine. And we as black people in Grenada, we're talking about it. Furthermore, the third ruler of Haiti was a Grenadian. But we're talking about Palestine. I don't know what is the international attention. Secondly, we have some situation in the Sudan that is not different from Palestine too. So we got to be more broad when we're talking about international oppression. Yes, what is going on in Palestine is wrong, but right in our backyard. I remember Pope John Paul went to Haiti And he refused to shake Bertrand Aristide's hand. Because Bertrand Aristide was a priest before he became president of Haiti. And when John Paul went to Haiti, and Aristide stretched for it, he hand to shake it, he pulled it back. I don't hear the church talk about what is going on in Haiti either. But we in Grenada ourselves talking about Palestine.
All right.
We must be more broad-minded. Anyway, that's all I have to say.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Folks, we drew for a break. Let's take it. When we come back, we certainly will entertain more of your calls, your contributions in the open line edition of To The Point for today, folks. We will be right back after the break.
Whatever you... On Saturday, May 4th, there will be a shift on the island as the biggest grilling fest in Grenada moves to the big parish. The Maggie King of the Grill competition is at Progress Park, St. Andrew. Come taste the most sumptuous creations from the grill as top chefs and food enthusiasts showcase their culinary skills. Maggie King of the Grill is a festival like no other with live soca music, fun attractions, and games for the entire family. Then from 6 p.m., get a chance to win up to $5,000 cash in bingo. Interested vendors and grillers should call 456-3454 to register. It's the Maggie King of the Grill competition at Progress Park, St. Andrew. Gates open from 12 noon. Bring your appetite and stay tuned to this station for more details.
Maggie King of the Grill is made possible by Bryden and Miners, Hunt's, the official barbecue sauce of King of the Grill, Rubis, get going, Independence Agencies, agents for Swiss products, Grenada Paper Product, Grenada Bottling Company Limited, and Waggy Tea Rental and Sounds.
In honor of the Grenada 50th Independence, the Royal Grenada Police Force Band presents the second annual Mother's Night Out. Mother's Night Out. The concerts all going down on Sunday, May 12th from 5 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center. Featuring live from TNT. It's crazy.
Time to come. America will have a black president.
John King.
How many more?
June Lodge. Together with the Hitman Inspector, Valine Ned, Samantha Dixon, Alex Phillip, Shane, Innocent, General PP, Kareem, Alexis, Ron Barry, the African Man, and much more. Dress code elegant. It's Mother's Night Out, the Grenada Trade Center from 5 p.m. on Sunday, May 12th. Lots of giveaways and prizes to be won. Champagne and roses on entry. You don't want to miss this amazing experience for mothers. Your tickets only $70 and are available from Kittens Pharmacy in Grand Dance and Grenville, Grenadian Optical, the Police Band House, Police Canteen. Make this a date for mothers.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to The Point for today, Friday, the 12th of April. It's the open line edition this morning. Once again, the opportunity to express your views, your concerns, and as I mentioned, also the opportunity to offer solutions. Let's take a next caller. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. You're welcome.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Telesford.
How are you doing, sir?
Not too bad, just quiet.
All right.
Mr. Telesford, I listened to GBN in a news item this morning, and how funny it is. I'm not really holding GBN responsible, but how the system of the world has been controlled by the United States. In a GBN news item, they said somebody, a citizen of our country, Yemen, has been rejected to get into the CBI program, Citizen by Investment Program. They don't want people from Yemen. Then they call at least, I think, 7 countries. Yemen, Iran, Russia, and I think Sudan and some other countries. But what I've noticed, all the countries they call is countries what America have issue with. So it tells me that anybody who America have issue with, they dictate to you what you can do in your own country, even though you claim to be an independent country. Furthermore, look at CARICOM. CARICOM have Haiti in it, French speaking. They have Suriname, Dutch speaking, and other countries who are non-English speaking. Cuba is in the same region with Haiti as part of the Caribbean, but CARICOM will not allow Cuba to be part of those CARICOM states. Why? Because America dictates that. On the other hand, while America is saying to those countries, Cuba cannot be in CARICOM, China is one of America's close allies in trade and all those things. And China political system and America political system is not the same. Listen to the double standard in America. Israel attacked Iran. Well, you have to say Iran because in an embassy in Syria or such, so it's like, it come like Iranian soil. They attack Iran without Iran doing them anything. Iran say they will retaliate to such an attack. Although America 1 week ago penalizing Israel, you know what Joe Biden said? We standing by you, Israel and Iran. If you go and do anything, we go join with Israel to punish you. You know what's happening to Israel? Israel behaving like a bad behaved child. The parents talking one, but at the same time the parents going and say, curse your neighbor, stone them, and still giving the child right. People have to realize that the political system in America is never balanced, would not be balanced, and any right-thinking person must understand. When you go against America, you will be punished once it's not in their favor. And I think time for CARICOM, bring in Cuba, they are part of the Caribbean, and learn to steer our own course. And people must be able to analyze, not because, yes, you might get in something from America, but you ought to be independent thinking. And that is what we need in our world today. We need people who can think independently, leaders, and don't be puppet to any other country. I think we need to get it right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. 435-2041, 435-2041. Caller via WhatsApp once again. Good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning, Jetty. Good morning, brother.
How are you doing this morning?
Jetty?
Yes, sir.
Jetty, I sit down here and I listen to them communists as Mr. Rolo. Not communists, no. Muslim. And Mr. Rolo and them trying to destroy Israel. But I call on Israel this morning. Stand strong. I will say to them, no retreat, no surrender. Because if you surrender, the Muslim and them, they will wipe you out of the map. They have a saying from the river to the sea, no retreat, no surrender. I call on Israel to take them out of Palestine and let them go in Egypt and let them go in Syria. And those places are in there.
Thank you,
but
caller.
If you don't do that, JT, the people of the Palestine and them, they will wipe you out of this one. You have a good day.
You too, caller. Have a good day. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, morning. Quickly, I was listening to an interview the other day with an Israel person. And Israel, they don't use the Christian Bible. You know, people saying Israel is Christian and they believe in Christianity. The Israelis have a Bible named the Torah. They don't use the Christian Bible. And they were saying that I was so appalled when I heard the person saying that, how based on the Torah, that they are God's chosen people. Just listen to me carefully. I was so disturbed. They are claiming that they are the only people that God chose, and therefore we are not. God never chose us, so God discriminates. And what I heard was very insulting, that they said as far as they are concerned, Jesus Christ, well, I really don't like to say it, but as far as they in paraphrasing, Jesus Christ was they could say a child outside a marriage, he was a bastard person, so they refused to accept him because he was just, he was Mary, like they say, the horn child, Mary had some other different man, he wasn't this kind of thing, and it was so insulting. So I'm just telling people that as far as I am concerned, the Jews never really accepted Jesus. They have their own Bible named a Torah, and as far as they are concerned that they are God's chosen people and we are nothing. So the impression that I got, I could be wrong, I submit to correction, is that it didn't say that, but probably they're thinking at the back of their mind, they have a license to kill and do as they like. All because, according to them, according to what I hear the interview saying, they are God's chosen people. So God didn't choose all here in the West End. He didn't choose no black people. He only chose one set of people according to their belief and their Bible. They don't use the Christian Bible. As a matter of fact, these days everybody have a different Bible, and you have the King James Version, you have the Dewey Version, you have all different versions. Some have 6 thing, books, all kind of different confused in the world. Some Christians believe in baptism by submersion. Some believe in baptism when you're small. Some believe in Christmas. Some don't believe in Christmas. And the whole world is confused where religion is concerned. So the point I'm making, who is to be right? Who is to be wrong? I condemn the genocide what's going on in Israel, but I'm just telling you based on what I'm hearing. These people don't accept Jesus. They say he's a bastard. He had a man beside a husband, and then accept him. And as far as they are concerned, with the Torah, that is their Bible, them is God chosen people. God didn't choose us.
All right. Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. Welcome. Let's hear your contribution, please.
Yes, GT, just 2 quick points. One is that in defense of your radio station, although I'm very disappointed with the level of coverage, but an earlier caller said that nobody talked about Haiti. And it's not true. I am one of those crying in the wilderness who've been trying for us to have meaningful conversation on Haiti and also in defense of the Haitians. Secondly, another caller mentioned about the citizen by investment thing where a certain country being put, being debarred. I want to remind people that Grenada voted in support of the apartheid regime in the early part after invasion. I mean, it's a stain on us. We voted because, of course, we were on, following Uncle Sam's instruction. But even worse than that, you had a leader who was one of those who was in office for more time since than anybody since invasion. He, in response to one of your former radio personnel, Lou Smith, in response to a question on a trip a group of Caribbean leaders was supposed to make to Libya, that before the Americans and others assassinated Muammar Gaddafi. Lou Smith asked him, so what would Uncle Sam say? Is Uncle Sam satisfied? And he very emphatically said, yes, I have already get clearance from them. You can check the records out there. No, so we are never, although, we have a respite in terms of the draconian trial of leadership we have had over the years. I'm not convinced that we are away from American influence and they dictate the same thing.
All right,
they dictate the pace of things. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you.
And how are you this morning?
I'm doing fine.
Okay, thank you. Praise the Lord. My concern is about culture on the street. I would like the government to get a place to put culture. If it's in a rich man's home, it doesn't look nice to see culture lying on the street with this big growth. I know he does have pain. It's time the government do something for culture. Put him in a home, please, Mr. Prime Minister. The government, the Ministry of Health, put culture somewhere. That is my concern. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Let me see if I could grab some of the comments. Let's go to the WhatsApp before we do entertain another caller. And listen, I learned that in the news that a new school in St. Andrew would be built to facilitate the disabled. And that's a step in the right direction. Let's see if I can entertain another comment this morning. Another comment before we entertain another caller. And this comment is from WhatsApp once again. Today I want to congratulate MP Joseph Andel and members of the panel in the meeting with the villagers to discuss the Sateers Breakwater project. The discussion was very interesting, and where the inputs for the villagers, as also the input for the villagers, I'm assuming that's what should have been said there, will be taken into consideration as a plan being drafted to fix the existing issues of the project to bring about solution. That's another comment there. 4352041, that's a number if you want to be part of To The Point this morning here on Classic Radio GBN TV. Let's take a caller via WhatsApp. Caller via WhatsApp, good morning. Go ahead with your contribution, please. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Not too bad at all. Go right ahead, please.
Two little things. That issue that is brewing or has brewed to an extent and it keep brewing in Versailles relative to the priests and the bishop. About 3 years ago, two journalists came from GBN to interview me and another guy on an issue that was going on in Versailles. After we did the interview, I was there talking to the journalists about that same priest, because there was another hot topic issue that was going on around that time, a situation that he created. And I said to them, this is a man that you should keep your eye on, because any minute, any day, you could get a lot of news coming from him. And look at what is happening now. I am hearing that maybe on Sunday coming, as they call the day, that there might be a whole hullabaloo in Versailles. People need to understand the structure of the Catholic Church. The man on the ground, as you might refer to them, has a little or no power to influence the structure of the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church is designed like a pyramid. I remember a lot of years ago, about 30-something years by now, I had a discussion with a lady who questioned me why I left the Catholic Church. And I had to immediately come up with that answer to her. That the Catholic Church is structured like a pyramid. The people in general are down there. And as you go higher and higher and higher, the hierarchy determine what happens, not the people. It is different in other churches to quite an extent. If the people protest, the pastor has to go. That is normal. That is one issue. That a subject matter was brought up earlier on in the week on this radio station in that kind of program, where a complaint was made about foreign workers or foreign nationals coming and take critical jobs in this country. And I agree to quite an extent with what that sentiment expressed. Because I have seen it myself all the years, especially in the area of construction. They take foreign workers, and I do building, so that's what I'm talking about. They take foreign workers and pay them twice as much as they pay local workers. I work, for example, in Sandals. And I overheard one day the project manager arguing with a Jamaican guy, pointing out to him, I'm paying you $125, and that's US, eh? When Grenadians were working for $100 on that very project. And he was telling the guy, I'm paying you $125, and the other guy who is working with you is doing a better work than you. And what the guy and them are doing? Putting on tiles. Some of the best tiles men you could find lives in Grenada. They belong to Grenada. But their jobs or their skill and their ability is not appreciated. They take foreign workers and pay them a lot more than us. That's a normal thing. And this thing needs to stop. Government needs to understand this kind of a thing. It does not create a good environment for us. A lot of workers who come here, they enjoy a lot more than the local people. And this is something that is bothersome. Take care, gentlemen.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution also. 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yes, the last caller made a point that I have been making all along. Now, hoteliers are business people. They do not have money to throw away. It costs them so much more to hire a foreign worker than to hire a local person. What incentive is there for them to hire a foreign person if they are convinced that the local person can do the work and do it consistently? Is it just because they hate us and they have money to throw, so they'll throw it after foreigners instead of paying us? I think it has a lot to do with the level of certification of our people. Do they really have certificates, or do they come as a ragtag group who may work today, may not work well tomorrow? Are they presenting themselves as professionals? Do they have good work ethics? In the process of doing the job, you may discover that some guys you're paying less are working even better than those who you pay more. But I do not see why any hotelier, any business person will make a decision to import workers. Sometimes you have to help them with housing, all kinds of things, transportation, travel, and bring them here just to pay them more. You'll find that sounds a little bit kind of strange.
But doesn't go across with the skill set of the particular worker that has been imported?
The skill set,
yes,
the known work ethics, and what is expected of them compared to what is the perception of the typical Grenadian worker. Some of them may be even better than those who are from out there. Are they certified? Do they present themselves as professionals? I can't fathom how somebody will just make a decision to pay somebody 3 times as much.
Well, who's to be blamed? Who would you think is to be blamed for the issues of that nature?
Well, it has a lot to do with how we have emerged in terms of skills and trades in our country. We don't have sufficient trade schools to develop professional. And another problem we have is that folks do not want to stay long enough on a job, for instance, to learn. Everybody wants to be his or her own business person. And that's it cuts both ways. Everybody wants to be. A guy goes to work with a bodywork person or a mechanic, and as he feels he can turn 2 screws, he goes on the roadside and starts doing his own business. We don't develop skills, we don't have qualifications, we have no certification. So these are things we have to address from the policy level and from our own people, our mindset. But I hate to think, I cannot reason how a business person will just throw money out for foreigners when they can get the same thing done and even better on a consistent basis by locals. It does not make any sense whatsoever. Secondly, the matter of a earlier caller spoke about Israel. Israelis are not Israelites. That's what people don't understand. The Israelites of the Bible, which was basically a spiritual nation, they're not the Israelis of today. Jews are not Christians, you know. The Jews and the Romans came together to crucify Christ. The Romans mocked him and they called him the King of the Jews. Jews are not essentially Christians. There's a religion called Judaism. So the Jews are not Christians. So when people say that these people are claiming that they're God's chosen people, that's not true. They're not Christians. They are Jews. They are not Israelites. They are Israelis. And many of us don't seem to be able to make that distinction. We lump it all together and we say, oh, they're being defended because they say they have got the rights of God. we have to study that a bit more and educate ourselves, because some of the things I'm hearing there are not really accurate.
All right.
And they are not true if you do research.
Thank you, Kola.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Let's take a couple of comments this morning via the WhatsApp. And I see someone is calling via the WhatsApp, but let me get the contribution first. Someone is saying, in reference to the discussion about church issues, religious domination should not have influenced the political agenda in Grenada, and they should be separate of church and state. That's a contribution from someone there via the WhatsApp. Let's take a caller. Caller, good morning. You're welcome. And I think it's my bad there. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Oh, yes. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning to you. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well, sir. Pretty good.
Okay. Have a great day.
All right.
Now, I'm happy that people are running with this matter, the question of foreign workers coming here. Now, it is very deep. Thank you, Mr. Bernard, for helping in the situation. Now, there is no excuse. And I ask the question, is the University of the West Indies irrelevant? We're supposed to get our people up to a level to be employed here and beyond. Because even though the people come here to do their job, this is local Grenadians that finish the job, and they're doing a good job. Yeah? So the question of certificate or qualification does not apply to me here. We have the proficiency, give the people a chance. If we continue to behave in that kind of way where, okay, well, people is not sufficiently qualified, so we need people from outside to do the job. Let me tell you something. We'll have no work for Grenadians. We have to get to a point that we bring more people up. We have the schools for that. Bring them up to a level where they can hold their own internationally. And that is my concern here. We have to stop the practice of every time we have a high-end job, somebody from outside have to get it. So what are we educating our people for? What is the purpose of the University of the West Indies? Is it relevant? Should it continue operating? So, no. The question of the Israel, I don't want to go into these things of the Israelites and so forth. But we have to respect the Bible. If we're taught by the Bible, we have to respect the Bible. And we can try to redefine the Bible and put it our way. That's why you see we have all this argument in the religious circle. Christians and Jews and Israelites and so forth. The last people who was you have the Christians. The Christians were the last doctrine created through the Bible. Yes? When the Jews disobeyed the orders of God, they lost favor with God, and then he created the Christian. So if we base the Bible on the Christianity and we follow the biblical principles of Christianity, we don't have all this argument. Just obey the word of God, and that's it.
All right.
Yeah?
Thank you, caller.
Have a good day.
You too. Thank you so much. 435-2041. Let's grab a couple of comments once again before we do entertain another caller. And a comment here via the WhatsApp is saying, I went to a certain place, and there, of course, the other day to purchase something, and one of the staff was so rude to the owner that the owner told me and said, I wish I could get some foreigner workers to work for me because these people are so rude. It's a comment there from someone via the WhatsApp. Let's take some of the comments via the WhatsApp before we do entertain another caller. And we have Deanna on the WhatsApp is saying, with the CSME, our government must first look out for its people. Example, for training, certification, etc. Our people, of course, have little or no certification for skills. And where will Grenadians work if we have no certification? And we have Lionel is saying, we as Grenadians went to 2:30 p.m. We are going to wash our hands and as we done, but they're staying to work. They're not studying, but they work. Something of that nature in terms of what he was trying to say. Let's take another caller. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. You're welcome.
Hello, morning.
Good morning to you, sir. There's a device in the background. Would you please lower before you continue, please? Yes, go right ahead.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm listening to the comments about foreigners coming in. This is something that doesn't happen in Grenada. This happens all over the world. And we have to realize that we only have two institutions in Grain that actually prepares people as in trade, which is National College and NULO. And we spend a lot of money sending our children to school, and these certificates are not recognized nowhere. So the whole argument about foreigners coming in, these people that are coming in came from schools that have certificates recognized.
All right.
So I don't see the problem blaming nobody for what is our fault. We are not pushing ourselves to be certified with our international recognized certificate. So the problem lies on us. So don't blame people for coming in and getting hired. Yes, most times we actually do the work better than those foreigners that are coming in. But where's our proof? Where's our certification to state that, yes, we did this and we achieved this? Who is backing it? Next thing about the Christians now. In the terms of Israelites and all these things and them like that, the people keep on stressing about Christianity. There is nowhere in the Bible was spoken about Christianity. Christ never spoke about Christianity. He spoke about righteousness. And along the line, people keep getting mixed up with the Christianity and religion. These things wasn't spoken about in the Bible. So we need to really pay attention to what is spoken in the Bible and follow that guideline. And then we will all get on one track. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. And we're moving up to 2 minutes before 10 o'clock. This may be our final caller for the morning. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Yeah, just quickly, let me come back. I was referring to an interview. It's not me that said. The guy is, the person is from Israel, and he had the Torah in his hands because the Torah is their Bible. They don't use Christian Bible, and they himself accept Jesus because they say he was a bastard child and Mary had sex out of marriage and all kind of thing. And they are claiming that they are God's chosen people. It was a big interview, and I was so upset. So it's not me that pushing that document or me that saying anything wrong. He specifically said that they are God's chosen people, and according to their Bible, the Torah, they don't use the Christian Bible because they explain about Christian, that God chose them. So God never chose us. So it's not me that just want to make up that thing or give any wrong impression. The individual specifically say, let me reiterate, they have the Bible, the Torah, and they are the only people that God chose.
Thank you,
caller. Choose us.
Thank you so much, caller. Thank you so much. Let's take another comment via the WhatsApp before we move on. Let's take this one. Today I want to show my support with Father Paul, and in my opinion, I think he had the right to speak on the issue that has been confronting the world, and call on the RC Church for not speaking. And when they always speak out on the issue. I think Father Harvey, or Bishop Harvey, my apology, Bishop Harvey did a disservice to the parishioners where he was met with the opposition and the day and going forward. Hey, folks, as we come to that segment of the morning, we're going to take a wrap for today's edition of To The Point. Thank all who contributed to today's program, all who contributed to the week's program also, for the week that we had for the program for the entire week. Join us again next week, as of Monday of next week, when we do have another edition of To The Point for you. Thanks once again for being part of the program. Have yourselves a wonderful day, what's left of it, and be good to each other and yourself. Have a good one, folks. That's what we say goodbye.